Welcome to the No Bull Political Arena with your hosts, Sophia Nelson. Welcome to the No Bull Political Arena with your hosts, Sophia Nelson, Bill O'Reilly, Brian Mistro, and TJ McCormick. It's real voices, raw politics, and no bullshit.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Political Arena. It's Brian Mistro. I'm here with my friends Bill O'Reilly and TJ McCormick. Thanks for joining us again. Bill, good to see you back. You look bright and chipper over there.
I'm bright and chipper. I'm in the sun, so that's what it is.
He's high.
I'll be a lobster by 7:18.
He's an Irishman. He took a walk to the
He's an
car.
Irishman.
Well, it's great to have the old crew back here together. So, hey, I want to start off on something because I know, TJ, this is an area in politics you know a lot about, and I don't. But I've seen so many of these little news things keep popping up about the stabbings that are going on in the UK. And so I'm putting up a little post here or a slide here for everybody. And I'll just read it for the folks that are listening. But it says, callous cops handcuffed teen as he bled out after chic knife attack that sent shockwaves across the UK. TJ, what is this stuff all about? What is happening over there?
Well, this is the, you can file this under, and hi everybody. You can file this under, America sneezes, Britain catches a cold, or Europe catches a cold, and vice versa. It happens both ways these days. This particular story is particularly egregious and headline grabbing and conscience grabbing because there's so much organic whataboutism within this story, and oh my, you've got to be kidding me, and if the shoe was on the other foot, because we know if the shoe was on the other foot. This story is very similar and completely the opposite of George Floyd. This young man, Henry Novak, 18 years old, was on his way home from a night out, wasn't particularly drunk, wasn't particularly anything, and happened to cross paths with a young Sikh man. And the Sikh community, these are not Muslims. They are usually very, very quiet and
Great people, great people.
Shy and retiring type people. They do wear turbans, which is the big conflation. A lot of Muslims don't wear turbans. These guys do. And really, long story short, is for no reason, this 20-something-year-old Sikh man stabbed young Henry Novak for no reason. Stabbed him several times in the chest and the abdomen. Stabbed him with a religious knife. Now, all knives are banned in the UK. Guns are banned. Everything's banned.
So, knives are banned? How do you ban a knife?
Yeah, well,
They do.
You're not supposed to carry them, However, there is a carve out for Sikhs. They do carry something like a Catholic would carry a rosary. They carry these ceremonial little knives. I think they're upwards of 6 or 8 inches. So one person's little is another person's medium, I guess, which brings me right back to my wedding night. But anyway, so he stabs him with this knife, and the guy who killed him, the stabber, the attacker, actually was the one who called 911. Over there, it's 999. He called 999, and yesterday, the guy was found guilty. He was convicted. He was sentenced to 20-something years, which will not be served in full in England. 20-something years for this murder. Yesterday, the 999 tape was released, and then subsequent to that, the actual body cam footage. And it's the body cam footage that has everybody comparing this to George Floyd, to every other possible comparison.
Down to I can't breathe. Yeah.
The guy, his last words were, he said 9 times. But here's the thing. This also speaks to DEI. This speaks to political correctness. This speaks to Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, all of this. It speaks to performative justice. It speaks to two-tier justice. It speaks to what's the word I'm looking for? Not performative, but it speaks to the folly of all of the taking a knee and everything in the
Mm.
wake of George Floyd, because this fella, he was, like I said, I'll get back to the part about the attacker calling 999. The attacker called 999, says, "Yeah, hey, bruv, yeah, I was, me and my brother were attacked, and there's a guy here, and he's not. We were attacked by a white guy. We were racially attacked by a white guy.
Yeah,
Cop,
racial. Yeah, that's what he said.
he says racially attacked. Cops show up. They're very, very callous to the guy who's on the ground. The guy on the ground
That's
says,
bleeding out.
I've
The
been,
guy that's bleeding out.
he says, I've been stabbed. And the cop proceeds to handcuff him, and he goes, where are you stabbed? And the guy can't quite show them where he's stabbed. And the cop is on the body cam saying something to the effect of, I don't think so, mate.
I don't think so, mate. Exactly. That's
I
what he
don't
said.
think so,
No
mate.
shit.
The guy, literally, you hear him choking on his own blood.
He was stabbed in the heart and like a number of times in the legs, but in the heart
I
as well.
can't breathe. I can't breathe. And the mother who is due to be sentenced or tried soon, she is an accomplice because she hid the knife. She threw the cops off the path. And anyway, so when you can't even compare this to George Floyd, other than the fact that both died while in custody of the police. One was a hardened criminal on drugs with about 50 other mitigating circumstances surrounding his death. Yes, the guy's knee was on his neck. But here you have literally a salt of the earth, 18, 20 something year old who has done nothing wrong in his entire life. And again, the two-tiered policing, the all, and what's been coming out today, it's been a bumper to bumper news cycle. I've been watching British news. If anybody wants to ever see TJ in a different form, I'm a regular on GB News now. GB News, I've been watching them all day. There is constantly something new coming out. We've been learning more details about the rules that have been in place throughout Great Britain with all the policing. We've been learning about other protocols that are all hyper politically correct. And we also learned in the last hour that this young Sikh man actually was known to the police because in the past year or so, he had stolen about 1,000 pounds worth of these little ceremonial religious knives. He was known to the cops. He was known to his Sikh temple. The Sikh temple had kicked him out. So,
Yeah.
and the cops had him and they let him go. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Billy.
I just want to throw it, and I'm not
And I'm
saying
done,
this
by
to
the way.
be-
That's the story. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and I'm not saying this to be politically correct. I'm saying it just because it is unusual in the Sikh community for something like this to happen
Very.
because they're very, very lawful. They were some of the great soldiers of World War One.
Yep.
In New York, there were Sikhs that were attacked after 9/11 wrongly. They're not Muslim, and
Right.
they're like wonderful, wonderful people. Every Sikh I've ever known.
Yep.
That said, every man, every woman can can do criminal acts. But
Sure.
the problem here obviously was that all you got to do is point to the white guy and say the narrative first, and
Right.
and that's where the entire system goes. I just witnessed this. I cannot get into the case because it's ongoing, but a case in Connecticut where somebody was accused of doing something that was a white person that never occurred. There was video evidence that this encounter didn't even happen. Locked up, put in jail, handcuffs. Like it's going on for 3 years now. Like I mean, just because somebody said that white person said that, and that's not where we want to go.
No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
no,
that's
it's
not
like
where
the
we want to
exact
go.
opposite of where we need to go, right?
Yeah, everybody, like the Martin Luther King, we're all like content of character, content of
Yeah.
character, content of character.
Right.
Yeah.
So this almost sounded more to me like the guy that stabbed the Ukrainian girl that was 18 years old. Remember in Charlottesville on the train, but it's
In
not.
Charlotte,
Well,
yeah.
It's
that happened
more like
yesterday. That happened in Atlanta yesterday. There was a grandmother, a grandmother, 55 or 60, I can't remember, a nice black woman down there, never did anything
Yeah.
wrong in her life, regular citizen going through her day, and some guy stabbed her 55 times, slit her throat and stabbed her 55 times in Atlanta in front of people. Nobody helped, but I guess people were afraid, just for no reason at all. Just
Oh
that was
my
yesterday.
gosh! Not so he just did that. It wasn't on the train on that metro, is it? So it was,
This was also on a train or in a transportation setting
holy shit!
because I'm
I've
working
been
with
on
somebody in
that
New York
thing.
who's
I've been on it more
yeah
times than I could
the bar
possibly tell you. You know, where it
yeah
comes out of
yeah
the
yep
airport and goes north. Oh
Yeah.
my
yep
god! Oh my god!
yeah yeah yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I,
it's
I mean, like a grandmother, for God's sakes, defenseless, just unbelievable.
Yeah,
oh
I mean, look, we cannot ignore the fact that Black Lives Matter is a folly, that George Floyd was performative and a folly. It was an insult to any intelligent person. The entire movement, all of the subsequent riots and burnings of neighborhoods and all of it wrong. All of it should have been condemned, but all of it was embraced by my favorite target, by all of it. It was embraced by the left. And I mean, the silly, douchey knee taking and all of this stuff and the lionizing of this George Floyd, it absolutely, it led to this guy dying.
Yeah,
Billy, I'm sorry.
but you're not. I don't think you're saying that the Floyd arrest was done properly.
Nope.
Like right.
Nope.
I think what you're saying is what I believe is you deal with the cases one at a time. If somebody
Yep.
screws up, you prosecute them,
Right.
and you don't burn the country down.
Right.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Because you have 55 groups pour in millions of dollars
Right.
to organize people all over the country.
Right.
Right. But I just want to set the record straight because in
Yes.
watching
No, you're right. No, thank you.
the
No,
Floyd video, it was
you have
very
a habit
difficult
of
to watch.
saving me from myself.
No, no,
Yes.
no, no,
Thank. No. No. No.
and you, yeah.
But no, but thank you. But at the same time, I mean, I will go out on a slightly thick limb here, a pretty supportive limb, and say that yes, there were mitigating circumstances, and they saw evil white cop, and no doubt that cop, he wasn't railroaded, but he was definitely standing on a platform at the time when he was tried and sentenced, tried, found guilty, and sentenced because there were mitigating circumstances, the drugs in this guy's system, that the knee on the neck,
Yeah.
wrong,
Hmm.
awful, stupid, awful. Um, but it wasn't the only thing. It if anything, it exacerbated a situation this guy was already in, and he was a piece of shit criminal. He was a piece of shit criminal. And I'm not saying he deserved to die or deserved to die that way, but he was a piece of shit criminal. This kid Henry Novak didn't even have a chance to become a criminal if ever he wanted to.
Hmm. You know, I'm just going to throw this out from 10,000 feet. You know, we're 250 years right now into this American experiment called democracy, and you know, we've had over the last few years, we've had January 6th.
Hmm.
We've had, you know, cities being burnt down and torched by Black Lives Matter.
Hmm.
You know, I wonder what that says about our country, Bill, when things have gotten so bad on that there is a faction of both sides that feel like they need to turn to the streets or burn things down or, you know, attack the government. What does that say about 250 years into our experiment right now?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I was just thinking, and I'm gonna feed your side, Brian. Here is I'm looking at the championship wrestling, the world wrestling in front of the White House. It's like, are you kidding me? Like
Hmm.
that to me is like Rome, the end of Rome, where it's like this is how we're representing 250 years of
Yeah,
democracy and the ideal that people can govern themselves and the rest of the stuff. And you ended up with people dressed as clowns fake attacking each other in front of the House of Democracy, the White House. It's embarrassing. It's
yeah.
Hmm.
embarrassing, and again, I support President Trump where I can, but I don't dare. It's embarrassing. It's so embarrassing.
It
Like
is.
that.
It's not becoming. I mean, there are certain protocols. There are certain things that are becoming and not so becoming.
That's
Um,
right.
if this was a rodeo,
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
this
No,
was
very,
right,
very
okay.
different. Old
If
Texas
this
rodeo.
was if
Sure,
this was
sure.
an all, if they decided to do the All Star, boy, how about an opportunity lost there? Do the baseball All Star game on a fucking field on the fucking south lawn of the White House. Holy shit! They could have built a fucking Field of Dreams,
It could have
right?
been
They
it.
could. They that would have been it. Um, but yeah, something more Americana, a rodeo, a baseball game. Um,
But
it,
but also to get back to Brian's point, because TJ and I
mhm,
work in the system, in the comm system. it's like when a George Floyd thing happens or something on the other side of the aisle, whatever it is, there are hundreds of apparatchiks of communications people around the country and around the world that jump right on it, and they're very good at it,
Mm.
and they know how to drive it and make the story bigger and bigger and bigger and squeeze it. One group puts out their affinity groups, add on, 5 more groups. Okay, now day 2, let's get 10 more groups. The 20 groups comes in on day 3, and then we'll do the rally, and then we'll do the this. It's like, this is not organic stuff that's happening. This is people that are trying to take the country down, as far as I see it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, some of them genuinely believe in what they're doing, but I think I think there's a lot of money in the country trying to take us down, and I think some of it's foreign money.
And
Yeah.
I will tell
Yeah.
you this too. My opinion is this too, is that, and I'm absolutely being a hometown fan here. Absolutely. Here's the difference too. The mainstream and the left media, and the main, which is of course the mainstream is left of center, and then you now, with the preponderance of all the other platforms and outlets, you have a true proper left wing media. They are happy to throw gas on that fire every opportunity they get, because that's how they wake up in the morning. That's what they believe. Whereas the conservative media, and at the time, and still is, just Fox News and Newsmax and a few other stragglers, they weren't in any way vindicating the cops. They weren't in any way saying that anybody deserved to die. They were all just saying, can we friggin' tap the brakes here? Can we take a step back? Everybody's got to calm down. You can't be burning shit down. Mainstream media, burning it down, no big deal. It's absolutely
Well, mainstream media
staggering.
is look at how bad the NYPD is in
Yep.
trying to control a crowd that's burning
Yep.
NYPD vehicles and throwing shit through windows. It's
Right.
like, that's where it is.
Trying to
But also,
justify it.
like, and I don't think we even meant to go down this thing, but I noticed, for example,
I think
like,
it's part of the
It's a great
conversation.
conversation
it's
so
coming towards
far.
it's tailed off a little bit in the last year, I think. But for about the last 7 or 8 years, every single story that I read in the New York Times, and I'm not looking to dump on them. I work with them every day. I need them for work. But every story would come out with some problem in America, and the second paragraph would be, but it's much worse for Black and Hispanic people.
Mhm.
Like,
Mm.
there's this problem, but the Black and Hispanics have it worse. Everything is through a racial lens.
Mhm.
Everything is through a racial lens, and they're
Mhm.
just obsessed with it. It's just
Mhm.
obsessive. That's not going to work for this country. That's not the idea of this country. The idea of
Yeah.
this country is egalitarian. It's all of us together. You
100%.
you do your dreams. You
Equality,
pursue them,
not
no matter where
equity.
you came from.
Equality, not equity.
Leave your old fights behind in the old world, whether your old world is in Europe or the Middle East or Africa or South America. You leave your old feuds behind, and you start anew in America.
Everybody gets an equal opportunity to succeed, not the same outcome. Everybody gets a shot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
And I'm
it's
furious when people don't get a shot. I'm furious when that equality doesn't happen. When the equity is attempted, that's offensive. That's bad. And it's racist in and of itself.
you
Uh,
were crying at a high school graduation last week for a total stranger, that Dominican girl.
mhm.
You were crying. You were sobbing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tell the
Yeah.
story. Tell the story.
Yeah,
We
tell
might
the
as well.
story.
Just a brilliant story about a brilliant young woman at an inner city Catholic all girls high school. 42 girls in the entire graduating class in a church in the Bronx.
Wow.
That's where they held the
A little bitty
graduation.
one. Yeah.
A little bitty class. With the exception of maybe 3 black girls, almost all of them Hispanic, and of the Hispanics, maybe 1 or 2 were Puerto Rican. All of them were Dominican.
Hmm.
It just so happens.
Just so happens. Yeah.
And one young lady from also who grandma scraped to put her through Catholic elementary school was gifted her freshman year of high school. She was gifted her freshman year of high school by a donor who had gone to her Irish roots Catholic elementary school, also in Manhattan,
Irish
right,
immigrant. Basically.
right
Yep.
near the Bronx. Yeah, an Irish immigrant who became very wealthy. Um, he contacted the principal of the high school, who happens to be Irish. There's a real Irish mafia out there, and he contacted her and said, "Look," I said, "I know about this girl." The principal reached out to him and said, "Look, this kid could use a little bit of help here. She wants to come to the Catholic high school."
Which is not that much money. I mean, it's like, it shows
Eh,
it's a few
yeah,
$1,000.
yeah.
3,000, 4,000. Yeah.
Something like that, And he said, I'll take care of it. And a couple days later, he called her back. He called back the principal and said, "Because you know what, I've been thinking about it. You know, anything can happen. Let me just. I'm going to pick up the whole high school. I'm going to pick up all 4 years." And he sent her to check. 2 weeks later, the guy dies.
Oh my
And again,
God.
he, as a throwaway line in starting the phone conversation, he says to her, he says, "Look, anything could happen. Let me just pay for it." Dies of a heart attack or whatever it was. 2 weeks later, uh, the day so two
Grandmother dies
Fridays.
too.
Yeah,
Grandmother
yeah,
dies,
yeah.
right?
Grandmother dies. Grandmother dies as
Her
she's
grandmother or his
transitioning into,
grandmother?
yes, her grandmother
First, okay.
dies as she's is a big part of her life, a pillar in her life. Girl keeps her head down. 4 years of Catholic high school. Uh, first day I ever see this girl, I have no idea who she is. I'm there at this graduation. She's the valedictorian. She's attending NYU. She graduates with 101 average. 101 average. She's going to NYU on a full academic scholarship, full
Full
room
ride.
board. She's living in Greenwich Village, going to NYU for the next 4 years. Because one thing begat another, begat another, all starting with immigrants and immigration.
One immigrant remembered the next ones and did the right thing and reached out.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
What a story.
That's
Yeah,
America. That's the America
That
story.
is.
That's
That
the story
is.
we're looking for the next 250. You know
It
what
and
I mean?
it's
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
It,
I'm sounding
And
like Keith
you said
Hernandez. Yeah.
something, TJ, earlier, and this is going to surprise everybody. I actually really agree with TJ on something here. But it's about the division that we've got in media and how things are reported. And I spend way too much time on X. I do that honestly for the
we
show and to be able
appreciate
to,
it.
yeah, for the show and promotion, but it's also to follow different folks and their viewpoints
Hmm.
unfiltered. Because I found so many times in both with mainstream media and I mean, and other media, I won't name them here, that the how they report something on Twitter and how it gets disseminated
Ah,
on MSM are almost two different things, and you always hear it first on almost always hear it first on X,
Twitter.
and we're
Yep.
out or Twitter, yeah, sorry, Twitter, X, whatever it is.
mhm.
Whatever.
But
Yep.
one thing I found is that there's also, to TJ's point and your point, Bill, there's some bad actors on both sides. There
Yes.
are accounts that there's an especially extremely large hard left liberal account. I will not name him on this show because I don't want to get screamed at if somebody watches it. But he posts stuff that are intentionally inflammatory. He'll say so and so said something, because he, instead of saying in quotes, this is what he does. He kind of summarizes it, and it's bullshit. I mean, it's then I end up having to call this guy out all the time because I'm saying that's not what they said. Listen to the
He didn't say
video,
it.
and here's where I wanted to go with this, and there's another one. There's two of them on the right that do the exact same thing, by the way. But where I wanted to go with this was they make money off of dividing people, right? I mean,
Exactly.
this is how they're getting their clicks. This is how they're getting their paycheck every day. And what happens so often is, and I've seen this just 2 days ago, is that this guy, especially this guy on the left, says something happened that didn't happen, okay, and then it starts getting picked up by an MSM account, a reporter from MSM, or some other very prominent name that you should trust, sharing the bullshit.
Mm,
So I don't know what the solution to that type of stuff is, but as we look to our next 250 years, we also have to take a look at the media and the type of information that we're getting, and that's why we're doing this. I mean, this is why we're doing this on this show, right? To try
mhm.
to put some truth out there, but we've got to, for our next 250 years, and I'm scared about it. I'm especially scared about the stuff with AI, how it's going to affect our kids. Um, but we've got to find a way to talk to each other and unify around issues and not let these accounts of other people divide us. Right?
Yeah, and find some common purpose
Find
again.
some common ground.
We're working against each other. I mean, there's always going to be that. I mean, it's human nature. People are going to fight for things. There were socialists in the 20s fighting with the capitalists, and this has all gone on
Mhm.
before.
Yeah.
But there was always a sense that we were all trying to get somewhere together a little bit, or I like to believe that there was a sense of that. and that's missing completely right now.
Yeah, I agree.
It's missing. Yeah.
And
We won't make it without that.
yeah, so it's I wonder too, and we've talked about this before in the show. I think that these types of programs, and we're not the only one. I mean, there's other people that are moving into digital media, but if you can find some folks that are trying to be honest brokers in this and trying to talk through solutions for America, that's the future. And some of the MSMs, as TJ pointed out, that's not in their business plan, because that's not what gets the clicks and the shares. That's not what makes people pick up their subscriptions,
Hmm.
and so forth. So I don't know how we went down this rabbit hole today. I had a complete list of all this other stuff that we were going to talk about, and we went down this rabbit hole. But it's a
It'll be
great
there.
discussion.
It'll be there
It's a great
I
tomorrow,
can
the
dig us.
next day.
discussion.
Can I dig us a little deeper? Just a little deeper.
Yes, I'd love it.
Because I think another one of the issues is that and we talked about this, but everything has become federalized in this country. Like
Mm.
everything's about the federal government.
Yep.
So people, if the government's so far away and you want to criticize it, you can lob Molotov cocktails. If it's in your town, the decisions, it's a little different. I mean, you can,
Yeah,
but you got neighbors and you have to
Yeah.
you have your reputation and the rest of the stuff. Right now, the local races barely exist. The house
Mhm.
races barely exist. It's all about house races do. Everything is about Washington though, and we've
Yep.
lost our state and local politics to a great extent. And
Hmm.
state and local politics is what locks us into some type of noble demeanor. You know what I mean?
community
Because we
and
have to live with our
community.
words. Community. We have to live with our words, right? When everything is federal, it's just you just throw the bombs,
Yeah.
and it's just you know
Yeah.
it's
And the funny thing is, to back up what you're saying, that I have said for years and years, is that it's the local elections that are going to have the biggest
yes,
impact on your life, not who's elected the next senator of Kansas, right?
exactly,
So
exactly.
I agree with you completely, Bill. Well, this is a fun discussion. I'm glad I'll pick up and tomorrow maybe and start talking about some of the other stuff that's happening, because there's some big stuff happening. But this is a great
LA
discussion.
tonight. Do we have any
Yeah,
predictions on tonight? You guys have any predictions? LA mayor's race.
I.
I think
What do you
I
think,
think
TJ?
he's I think he can make a showing. I think he's communicating in a very plain, simple way. I mean, look, there's no explaining the thought process of the people in Los Angeles
Right.
consistently voting
You
against
were
their
a radio
veterans.
host
I
there,
lived
and you
and I lived there for about
Mm,
13 years. It's staggering how out of their best interest they're willing to vote, and the people in California writ large. It's the most big D Democrat thing I've ever seen in my life. Um, that being said, those fires are real. Dumb as dumb. Karen Bass is genuinely as dumb as a box of rocks. And this guy is a very effective communicator.
mm.
And so we'll
although
see.
although I thought Karen Bass was better in the debates than I expected. I thought
Yes,
she was decent. It was the real lefty that I mean
she was. Oh,
I'll predict, and I don't have any special knowledge. I think Pratt and Bass end up moving on. It's
Mm.
2 out of 3. We'll
oh,
move on to the
I
general.
think Pratt. Yeah, Pratt and Bass will move
Right
on.
now, he's about 2 points below making that, but I think he makes up for
Yeah,
it.
I think he makes it, and I think too because that dopey activist, she didn't do herself any favor. She talked too much, and the reason Bass came across so well is because she really just basically just kept repeating that homelessness is down 17% in Los Angeles, and it's up
They
around
all
the
moved to
country
Washington.
19%.
That's why.
She's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
yeah. It's she stuck to like two talking points,
All right,
and that's
we
how
only
it is.
have a seconds left, so just one quick question for the two of you. Do we have a Republican and a Democrat going for governor in California, or is it two Dems?
Yes.
It's gonna be close. What do you think, Bill?
I don't know. I don't know enough to make that guess right now, but I'll do my research. I got to be
I
honest. I'm not
think
sure.
I think the sheriff is going to be. I think some of the sheriff supporters are going to come over and support Hilton, and I think it's going to be Hilton and is it not
Becerra?
Cuellar? What's his name?
Yeah,
What's it?
yeah,
Javier Becerra.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. All
it'll be
right.
him.
Well,
I
thanks
guess the one thing,
everybody. Go ahead, Bill.
just one last thing. I'm sorry.
Yes,
If
sir.
Spencer Pratt makes it tonight, if he makes it on, it's the California Post that got him there. The New York Post opened up
New York
a
Post. Yep.
paper a paper in California, this guy would not have gotten the traction that he got if the Post wasn't willing to cover him out there. It went from the Post to the Journal to all the TV. Like he got famous really fast. That's the power of having journalism on both sides of the aisle.
It'd be fun to get Madrid on this again because he knows this stuff like the back of his hand. I mean, he talks about it all day long. So thanks everybody for joining us tonight. If you are watching this right now, you're watching it on YouTube at the No Bull Media Group. Very soon we are going to expand into most other social media platforms. So before we do, if you're watching this again, please subscribe to what we're doing. Give us a like. If you've got a question, go ahead and leave us a question. We'll talk about it online. You get this show, you get The Hinge of History, you get Restoring American Dream, and I think we may have another new show coming up that I'm not going to say anything about yet, but it's going to be pretty
intriguing. And my OnlyFans, Republican Hottie, at Republican Hottie. At Republican Hottie Dad. That's what dad at Republican Hottie Dad. That's my OnlyFans. My explicit content. It's stuff that's subscriber only. You're not going to see it here, but it's free to subscribe, and I just charge per photo. But
Brian, I actually thought he's not going there. He's not going there, but he went there.
all the details are there on OnlyFans. So like and subscribe
and
here.
All your Irishness. Yeah.
Yeah, this is cheaper, right? So you can still get the best of TJ.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, Bill. Thanks, TJ. It was another great discussion.
Good night, everybody.
See you guys. All right, bye now.
Bye, guys. Bye.
The No Bull Political Arena is on all major social media platforms. Make sure to give us and your host a follow.
Hey everybody, this is Sophia Nelson. Follow me at I am Sophia Nelson on every one of my social media platforms.
I'm Bill O'Reilly, and you can reach me at Twitter at WFBOR.
Hey, this is TJ. Follow me on X or Twitter at TJ McCormack.
This is Brian Mistro, and you can follow me on X at Brian_Mistro or follow along on Facebook at Brian.Mistro.
I know